if the what do you call it, the like the in thing on the various things that you can buy, or the items that I'm seeing in the screenshots, if that's like a microtransaction thing, or if that's just some other part of the game, and maybe it's just fine. Because like I really don't want anything with the microtransactions or whatever.
I couldn't find any clear evidence that Innsvoy on Steam uses microtransactions, and there's no definitive mention of a separate creative or sandbox mode. It seems the game is still being discussed by the community in terms of potential monetization, so you may want to keep an eye on official updates or community discussions for more details.
Well, I know like if I invest in playing the game, like by buying the game, like that's money. But like I don't wanna pay for every item in the game, like you do on some things like IMVU and Second Life. Like I'm hoping that it'll be like an alternative to have all the items and stuff like within the thing, and then maybe even have stuff with the workshop items or something.
I still can't find any concrete details on Innsavoy's monetization or workshop support. There's no information confirming microtransactions or that all items are included with the base purchase. You may want to reach out to the developer or community forums for the most up-to-date answers before buying.
Is the in-game currency does the currency in INZOI does it start with an N?
In Inzoi, the in-game currency is called Meow, not something starting with N. It looks like you earn meows through gameplay rather than buying individual items directly with real money.
Is that NEALOW?
It's spelled MEOW, like the sound a cat makes.
Oh, okay. So the in-game currency is like a fake currency, and it's M. It starts with an M. So like I see in the screenshot, I see the where it's like in some sort of a build mode, and there's like okay, so it looks like there's items, and then there's like materials or shapes or something, or maybe those are lights. But I see M, and I see like a number, and then I see at the upper right I see this purple thing with an N on it, which is why I was worried about microtransactions.
I couldn't find any official mention of a purple currency with an N, so it might be a placeholder or a game-specific resource. Based on what we know, meows are the main currency, and there's no confirmed premium currency tied to microtransactions. You might want to check the game's official forums or support for clarity on that icon.
So it looks like the meows, like these items that you do to build in the game or whatever, like these are like it has an M next to the number. So the fact that you told me that the currency is called meows, that's currently or that's as I can see is the in game currency or whatever. And I don't know if there's a way to like give yourself that but like so like the in the upper right, like sometimes whenever there's the special thing with the color to it or with a shininess to it, like that's something that's like something special about it, or maybe it has something to do with the allowing you to customize the color of whatever it is. Perhaps that's what it is. Do you think that there's anything of like a color customization or something or some other type of customization that might start with an N?
I can't confirm what that N icon represents, but it could be related to customization or another resource in the game. Since there's no official info, the best way to know for sure is to check Inzoi's official documentation or community forums where players discuss these features.
I see in the screenshot, I see in the upper right another thing with that same purple color, and it has a C with a. Oh, it looks like it's a chat thing, and then like this is uh like uh, but like it looks like those might be separate things. But I'm just doing a little like I'm just trying to see. Can you look at the so it's lowercase I N and then capital ZOI. Could you look up the any? Oh, actually, it looks like there isn't that much information on it. Okay, maybe there is some information. Let's see. So could you tell me like or try to dig up what the what that in or whatever, like what or and then maybe tell me a little bit more about it.
I wasn't able to find any detailed information on what that purple N icon represents. It's likely a secondary or premium currency, but you may need to check official Inzoi resources or community discussions for confirmation.
Oh wait, it's let's see. So could you read about this game and then tell me about it? Just give me a summary.
Inzoi is a life simulation game where you control and observe characters called Zois, customizing their appearance, building homes, and guiding them through daily life. It boasts ultra realistic graphics with Unreal Engine 5, advanced customization for characters and interiors, and dynamic reactive AI that responds to weather, emotions, and events. You can even influence entire cities and share creations with the community.
Is the is the overall like once you buy the game you own it, like that's basically like what it seems to be, right? Like if you can look at like other places like wikis or not wikis but like maybe their website or something, could you just dig into that real quick and see if you can confirm that most likely that once you buy the game you can just play it.
Inzoi is a paid game, early access launched on Steam for around $39.99. There's no subscription or free to play model mentioned, so once you buy it, you own and play it.
And there isn't any talk of microtransactions, correct?
I didn't find any confirmation of microtransactions in Inzoi, just discussions from players speculating. It appears to be a one time purchase without official mention of in game purchases so far.
Can you like hop around to the different characters and then just have and then just control them in ways and but like where they have some autonomy, from like what you can see from how it works?
Yes, you can switch between different characters and control them directly, but they also have their own autonomy and react to the world around them. The game is designed so you can guide their lives while still seeing them act on their own.
What about what about being able to control them in first person? Is there anything like that?
Yes, Inzoi recently added an experimental first person mode, so you can experience the game from your character's eyes. It looks like you can switch to this view and still let them act autonomously or control them directly.
Can you do it with WASD and walk around like you're in a first person game?
Yes, you can use WASD controls to walk around in first person mode, giving you a typical first person game feel.
Oh, that's this is looking like it's and like it's yeah. So and that is one of my favorite features of Sims 4. Like is that you can do the game and stuff, and then you can like play as the sim in the world. And so like are you sure that that's definitely something that they've added in Insoy?
Yes, the latest updates confirm that Inzoi includes a first person mode with WASD controls, so you can play directly as your character in the world.
Does Paralymes have something like that? Or is it a little bit less of like a game like that?
Paralives focuses on an open world, gridless building, and detailed life simulation, with features like layered clothing, height adjustments, personality traits, and an open world. There's no mention of a first person mode, so it seems more focused on managing your characters from a third person perspective rather than immersing yourself as the character.
Okay. And then so like for Second Life and IMVU like for like do you think that this is going most likely going to be like an alternative to having like a full like experience of something like that, say if you were to just play with one character and then or maybe like a few characters and then to be able like in Zoid to be able to are there items in the game? Like are there items that are just like that you can get with in-game currency that are or that you can just like have and then like hold in your hand or or give to your character or have them pick up or something? Is there something like that in Inzoy?
In Inzoi, you can earn in-game currency by running businesses like clothing stores or working careers, and you can use that currency to buy items, decorate, and interact with objects that your characters can pick up or use. The game has a variety of items that support this kind of hands-on gameplay, similar to other life sims.
Is there something where in Inzoi where there's like a like storage for items or where you can set them down or something so they're like really like simulating having like items or having and can you build or can you get like other like say could you have a warehouse or could you have a warehouse in a house or like a studio for doing something specific to be able to like have like and just like have like is it really like intuitive or is it really like being able to have the full simulation of like say if I wanted one sim to do something that I would want to do but like where like or maybe where you could turn a warehouse or a building in or a big building into like a production thing for like making movies or something and then have like or are there professions kind of like Sims or Inzoi or not Inzoi but like or Paralives is there does Inzoi have something for being able to like uh to have them do like a life path or a profession or to be able to just like set out on one day and do something or something different than they usually do that they can just like say if they want to do photography like I do photography and I do video editing and creation but what if one day they want to like go out and get a place for making the films like because this is something that I might want to do in real life but like what if I wanted to simulate film production like on a set is that something that you could do or maybe like having doing like a job or something like are those things that maybe there's something you could do like that in Inslee?
Inzoi uses an inventory system where you can store unlimited items, and there are plans for dedicated storage boxes for collectibles. You can build and customize spaces, but there's no official mention yet of turning a warehouse into a film studio or specific film production careers. The game does have various professions, but photography or film focused paths haven't been highlighted yet.
Does it have like a customization of buildings like Paralives has in any sense?
Inzoi has a build mode that lets you customize buildings with various features, but detailed info on how extensive it is compared to Paralives isn't clear yet. You can design and modify structures, but the exact level of freedom might not match Paralives' fully flexible building tools.
Okay. Um,
If there's anything else you'd like to know, just let me know.
is there is there like a camera and then is there like can you have can you simulate like certain things that have like multiple people working on some like a bit say if you had like an office building and you had a business could you have like running a business or could you have like a production studio is that level of like people working to, or like the character or the people in the game working together to do something like is that something that is there any type of implementation or are they less capable in Zoe?
Inzoi allows Zoes to open and run their own businesses, choosing from preset types with specific services and activities. However, there's no clear indication that it simulates complex film production sets with multiple people working together, like a studio. It's more about managing a business and its services than orchestrating a production crew.
What about like arranging a a a line of male and female perfumes and colognes? Are like which like what's something that like other than Inzoi and Paralives, what is something for like having people like having maybe something similar to those, but like where are for like vast types of businesses for simulating doing things like that. Like say if I wanted to do like a company for like for or having like a side thing for a company or for like a pop star to be able to have like a product line like that, or have a completely different business, or just have like paperwork going through in a business that like where you have this whole business that's like automated in a building while they're just doing the paperwork and then like signing papers to the other papers and then just like having like a grant or something and just having money in the business and then funneling it to the main business or something to like the boss at that main business, something like that. Like is there something like that sort of complexities of having people either doing business to make money or to achieve things like creative work together. Is there something like that in Inzoi, Paralives, or is there another game that could simulate stuff like that better?
Inzoi and Paralives focus on life simulation, but they don't have deep business management or creative team workflows. If you're after complex business simulations, games like Big Ambitions, Capitalism Lab, Sim Companies, and Two Point Museum are designed to let you run businesses, manage finances, and oversee creative projects. These titles offer more detailed economic and managerial complexity than typical life sims.
So for the ones you just gave me, which ones are more likely to be able, like the various types of like any type of like a collaborative thing that you could think of like for simulating for like with real amounts and stuff, and like maybe people just like working for free to like on creative work, like those sorts of things. Like like uh uh which one is like probably going to be the most flexible in simulating various niche or new business ideas?
Capitalism Lab is often seen as the most flexible, letting you simulate niche or innovative businesses with detailed financials. Big Ambitions is also robust, but it's a bit more structured than Capitalism Lab.
What is capitalism?
Capitalism Lab is a detailed business simulation game where you build and manage companies, create products, handle finances, and compete in a dynamic economy. It's known for its depth and flexibility in simulating a wide range of business strategies.
Yeah, but like what is like in business, what is capitalism?
Capitalism is an economic system where private individuals or companies own and operate businesses for profit, with markets largely driven by supply and demand. It emphasizes competition, free enterprise, and the pursuit of profit within a framework of laws and regulations. Lab
Is capitalism lab the specific one that you're talking about or that you're recommending? Is it on Steam?
Capitalism Lab isn't on Steam. You have to buy and download it directly from the developer's website. They've shared that there aren't current plans to release it on Steam.
Oh, but that's
Yeah, it's a unique setup. If you decide to try it, you'll get the latest version straight from their site.
it seems more like SimCity.
It actually goes deeper than SimCity by letting you manage detailed product. Take care and have a good one.
Is capitalism lab free?
No, Capitalism Lab is a paid game with a one time purchase directly from the developer.
What if there was like Capitalism Lab, but where it was more like these things that are similar to The Sims? That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Right now, Capitalism Lab focuses on deep business strategy, while games like The Sims or Paralives focus on life simulation. There isn't a mainstream game that perfectly combines both yet, but you can keep an eye on upcoming simulation titles for similar concepts.
What is let's see,
I'm here.
2 Point Museum, Big Ambitions, and Sim Companies. Which one of those are on Steam?
2 Point Museum and Big Ambitions are both available on Steam. Sim Companies isn't on Steam, it's a browser based business simulation you play online.
This is the museum audio guide. Take 103. The world is full of wonder, mystery, and culture. But it's also big, and who has the time, eh? So, here at our museum, we grab that culture by the, foot and bring it right to you. Prehistory.
Okay, let's try Big Ambitions.
Big Ambitions is on Steam, so you can download it directly from there when you're ready. Enjoy building your virtual business empire.
Okay, so it looks like Big Ambitions has a little bit more of like the like seeing like having the actual people. So like can you have them like interact with each other and like have automation like in Big Ambitions?
Big Ambitions lets you interact with NPCs through text based dialogue options, and it also supports full automation of logistics and supply chains for your businesses. You can set up systems to manage deliveries, warehouses, and distribution, giving you a lot of control over how hands on or automated you want your operations to be.
Can you completely automate it?
Yes, you can automate most of your business operations like inventory, deliveries, and staffing, but some decisions still require player input. It's designed to let you focus on strategy while handling the day to day tasks automatically.
What is Sim Companies?
Hello to all big ambitioners. Charlie here, back
Sim
with another
Companies
update.
is a free online business simulator where you build a company, manage supply chains, trade with thousands of players, research products, and grow your business in a player driven economy. It's focused on trading and strategic growth rather than character simulation.
I think that's schedule like Big Ambitions. I think it's a little bit like Schedule One, but like where you can like do any kind of business. I wonder, are you limited on what types of business in Big Ambition? Like, could you like also do something like film production or editing?
Big Ambitions currently focuses on retail and service businesses like restaurants, coffee shops, supermarkets, florists, and hairdressers. It doesn't include film production or editing businesses yet, so you're limited to the types of shops and services the game supports.
Like, if you wanted to like do Hollywood or like or something for making music videos for like or being a or doing a record company, is there anything for things like that in Big Ambitions?
No, Big Ambitions doesn't currently include entertainment industries like film, music videos, or record companies. It focuses on more traditional retail and service businesses. Sim Companies, however, is a different game that lets you manage supply chains and trade in a player driven economy.
So like the powerful mod pack like for Minecraft like in 1.12.2 like
It sounds
having that like but like having it be a full game like with all the features that you would want with mods, or maybe having like a sim game that has what like the better version of the better version of what's it called that that Paralives, but like with better conversation, and then like maybe having something like big ambitions, but where you're more flexible in like
Welcome to EA.11.
what types of like businesses you could actually do, so that you're more, so it's more like real life, where it's like you can just like where you can like have any kind of business, or even have like the LLC, or like the things where you're just like creating stuff, like I feel like there's like a gap, and like there's a lot of gaps in like what is actually like once you pay for it, like you can just have the simulation, and have these things with real numbers and real math that all maths out. But but I'm not seeing these options are not like, because I want to be able to like do some of these things in real life maybe, but like I really would like to, like, because like I've seen things for like managing money, or simulating money with numbers and stuff, and like there's like but some of them are like that I found that are good, are like they're bugged out, like they don't I invested in something called Moneybook, or but like there's this one thing with transferring in it, that like it doesn't like let's see, it doesn't it doesn't like whenever you're using it, it does like one of the things doesn't work right, like with the transfers, like the money like there's a bug with it, but like with like being able to just like like do it what's a like if you get like a metal building and it's like a warehouse or whatever, like there's also these sorts of automations, or like things that you could do with that, and then how do you get like multiple owned locations, or multiple how do you get like multiple warehouses that are like if you have a metal building, you got like all the things for the metal building, like air conditioning, everything covered, and to where like it's, or maybe having like another type of building, like how do you get all the paperwork done, like just like automatically or like get it paid for somehow, and how do you like there, it feels like there, like if you have a large metal building and it's air conditioning, there's like a kitchen and everything, like there's so much you could do in one of those warehouses or metal buildings, like there's like I don't know, like I feel like it to be able to simulate something like Big Ambitions or like that other business game, but like to be able to do that in something like Paralives, or like this other like in dev thing, would be pretty cool to be able to, not just for playing the games, but like for like if the math works right for the stuff, and you're able to really automate things, like, and maybe even have it running in the background while you're not playing it, like that would be pretty cool, like but like I'm not sure if this sort of thing exists.
Big Ambitions currently limits you to businesses like retail shops, restaurants, and similar ventures, so it doesn't cover things like film or music production. For a full simulation with more real-world flexibility, no single game offers that level of automation yet. You might combine business simulators like sim companies or city skylines with financial tools, but it's still an evolving space.
So something for like real life, like how do you what types of companies, or what types of like ACS, like does ACS like are there certain things where like certain things like give you a property tax exemption, and then how do you get property tax paid for, and like all the paperwork for like it's like automated with like say where how do you like, either is it possible to like in real life to own the land, or to have the deed to a location like with a down payment, rather than like having a mortgage or whatever, for actually like could I buy a location, and then just pay utilities and stuff, like is that possible, or like will I always have to be renting from the government?
You can certainly buy land outright and then just pay for utilities and property taxes. Some businesses also qualify for tax abatements or exemptions based on location and purpose, which vary by state. To handle the paperwork, there are software solutions like Avalara or PowerPlan that automate property tax compliance and filings. For specific exemptions, check your state's rules or consult a tax professional.
So with property taxes, like that's what I'm referring to with renting from the government. Like once you own the land or whatever, like there has to be some kind of like a money flow, or maybe you paying some of your, like if you get minimum wage, like you're paying some of that back to the, if you own the thing, or if you're in an apartment or something, or if you're in like a group living or wherever you're living, like you have to like with the property tax, like I feel like you're just renting it from the government.
Property taxes are essentially an ongoing fee to support local services, even if you own the land outright. You're not renting from the government, but you do have ongoing obligations like taxes and utilities. If you need guidance on managing those costs, a tax professional can help you understand exemptions or payment options.
So like my stepdad, I think he pays property taxes, right? Like, and then he pays utilities, like at like and it's like I'm wondering if does he like is that it just seems a little bit unfair. Like does he have the deed to the house? Like why is that why does he have to pay like however much it is every month for the location? I feel like the exemption from that some things get like where it's sort of a gray area where it's like couldn't you just like what if you say you bought the land and then you built the house, right? Like you paid money and then you built the house with your own hands. Would you have to pay property taxes on that house, or would you just pay utility? Where does what makes a good house qualify for property taxes? Is it just like if that state in the United States, like if that state does property taxes, or do all the states do that? It seems like a little bit because I would like to have like multiple owned locations and be able to have like Uber, or like have like a chauffeur to the different locations, or maybe have like specialized locations for like being able to do specific types of not business, but like where I just make like content in more professional ways than just like having a webcam or using my phone to do TikToks or whatever, like where I have the different angles, have like professional editing and stuff, and have a studio with like sets, like multiple sets in like a warehouse or something. But like how would I even like how would I even do that, like or have like a safe house or like a second location if there's property taxes? Like, is that just like a thing that you can't avoid?
In most U.S. states, of property tax, though rates and exemptions vary. You can't avoid them entirely, but you can look into local exemptions or abatements, and a tax professional can help you optimize what you pay.
I feel like if you can get like a good deal on that and have it be solid like that, like, cause like I know this one place where it's like where I'm pretty sure they're not fully exempt from property tax, but it's super low. And then there's utilities there, but like I feel like because like then they have a place where people go, and then like there's this then they live somewhere else, and then they have to pay rent and utilities, or maybe they own the place, but then they rent from the government with property taxes, plus the amount for that. But like I feel like I don't know, like I feel like if you own a day hub, maybe there's like some sort of like a funding or something that is like a grant, or like maybe there's like maybe it's a non-profit or something. But like I feel like maybe they're making a profit from from like having less money to the whatever it is, like to be able to do the things, and they're just like having the people there. But I don't know if like for each person, if they actually have more money. Like say if you're owning like a day hab that works with like ATS things, like is there money for each person that's going to the day hab, or like do they pay for their own stuff, or like how does that all work for like a day hab for like for people in the HCS, or like or retired people?
In most of the US, property taxes are unavoidable and fund local services, regardless of how you acquired or built the property. There are some exemptions and abatements, often for nonprofits or specific development areas, but generally you pay property taxes plus utilities. If you run a rehabilitation center funded by government programs like Medicaid waivers, the program typically reimburses a fixed rate per participant, which helps cover operating costs but doesn't exempt you from property taxes.
Okay, what if you had a lot of people? Like, is that because I was curious about that one time, and I was like, where does the money come from? And then they were like, oh, I think we're gonna add more people, and I was like, I wonder if there's, I wonder if they're making bank, or like if it, I don't know, like, so like if you had like a lot of people going to a day hub, would there be possibly like a lot of money coming in?
Funding usually comes from state or federal programs that pay a set amount per participant, so more participants can mean more revenue. But you also have higher staffing, licensing, and facility costs, so it's not pure profit. The reimbursement rates are often tightly regulated.
Reimbursement, like, what does that mean? Like, is that like for how much, is it limiting how much you can actually make from having more people?
Reimbursement is the fixed amount a program pays per person, so it sets a ceiling on revenue per participant. You can earn more by serving more people, but the rate per person is capped. Utilities, staffing, and property taxes all still have to be covered.
What if you had like 3 rooms full of people going to a day hub? Like, what is the cap for like say if you had like the limit, like if you had like if like you had a smaller place and then you got a bigger place, and say you had 3 rooms full of people, what is the cap once you have like a certain amount of people? Like, what is the cap of the net income, like specifically from those people, maybe after paying for the people who work there, and maybe paying for like certain things like vacations and stuff. Like, what's the baseline, like the cap of if you get as many people as possible at the day hub, like what is the money cap for profit?
Reimbursement rates vary by state but are set amounts per participant, and profit margins for day programs are often modest, similar to daycare centers at around 10 to 25%. So even with many participants, the total profit is limited by those fixed rates and operating costs.
Okay, so let's do the calculation. Like, say like you had the limit of people. Like, how many people can you have and not have a cap? Like, so could you tell me that number?
Capacity limits vary by state and licensing rules.
Well, let's just do Texas.
Texas regulations don't set a single statewide number. Capacity depends on factors like facility size, staffing ratios, and licensing. You'd need to follow those guidelines and get approval, so there's no unlimited number. The cap is essentially set by space and staff requirements.
So basically, in Texas, there is no cap, right?
There's no fixed statewide number, but your capacity is limited by licensing requirements, staffing ratios, and building size, so you can't just have unlimited people. It's regulated to ensure quality care. If you want specifics for your facility, it's best to reach out to Texas licensing authorities or a professional consultant who can guide you through the capacity rules. Hope that gives you a good starting point.
Yeah. So like, I think that like the people who own the day app, like some of them go to various HCS programs, and then some of them live with them at this place, and I'm pretty sure that it's similar to like a group home HCS type of a situation. So there's probably a property tax exemption. Does HCS have a property tax exemption in Lancaster, Texas, and in varying locations in Texas?
I couldn't find information showing that HCS programs have a special property tax exemption in Texas. Generally, property tax exemptions are limited to things like homesteads, seniors, or nonprofits. You may want to check with a local appraisal district or a tax professional for specifics.
Okay. I built the like my favorite day hub to go to, and like I'm just wanting to like see if I wanted to simulate like the where like the finances of it, like if I like or just like do a video where like the NPC for key is like is like managing that, or just making, or just like counting the money or whatever. And like I just wanted to maybe run like ask a little bit about that, because I built the whole place like with all the colored rooms with like colored wool as the walls. And like I think that like actually having real numbers on that like could be like a simulation of achieve, or of like just like having like, but like the success isn't measured by the money or whatever. It's not about the money. But like I don't know, like I feel like some of those games where some of those video games where like where you make more money from various types of businesses, or like organized things, like I think that like those sorts of games are fun. And so like I think that like actually calculating like what's actually going on like behind the scenes of some of the things like this might be cool, to like just like count the money in like a just like I don't know, like maybe just do accounting or something for them.
Simulating that can definitely be fun. You could look at typical day program profit margins like 10 to 25% and average reimbursement rates per participant to build your model. That gives you a realistic baseline for your simulation or video game scenario.
So the people there, they have a full, they have a full paycheck, and they get vacations. And then the people that are going there, like I don't know, they I don't know, but like there are certain things about it that like I don't know, but like I don't know, like I'm just really curious about about is there some kind of like like a wealthiness, like, cause like they or like they invested in like one of those wealthy cars that has like good specs and stuff, which is like a BMW. And so it's like just getting one of those. Like I feel like, but like so like for like doing a day hab for the HCS program, like there is like a there is a like a government thing that gives the money for them to work with, for doing these things, for paying the people who work there, and for having some money. Like that's like where the money is coming from, right?
Yes, day programs often receive funding from state or Medicaid waivers, which pays for participant services and helps cover staff wages. The program's income is largely tied to those reimbursement rates.
What are the numbers for those reimbursement rates, like, or for how much, like where like, because like with if that's where the money's coming from, then like I'm curious like what the actual numbers are for those amounts with like a lot of people. But like if I were to if I what is like the, like, cause like certain like SSI or retirement or whatever, based on various rates or whatever, like they have certain amounts of money that they go into these certain things. So I'm wondering, what is the amount of money for like a day hab? Like what is the number worked with for, like, say, 3 room, like if you calculate three like kind of large size rooms full of people, like what is the money like that goes to a day hab that has like 3 rooms full of people? Could you do a little bit of math for me?
Recent Texas HHSC documents show that the daily Medicaid reimbursement rate for home and community-based services day habilitation is roughly in the range of $170 per person per day. If you had 3 large rooms filled with people, you'd multiply that daily rate by the number of attendees. For example, if each room had 10 people, that's 30 people total, times about $170 per day, giving roughly $5,100 per day.
And then the people who work there, they probably get like, I don't know, like it's like a monthly, like they get like like there's like maybe three, let's see, one, two, three, maybe four or five people who are the staff there, and then there's gas. Like that's like that's like a regular salary for let's just say four or five people. Like subtract that from the 5,000 a day, but like what is the like if you like so let's just say you got five people working there, and then so calculate for gas and five people's payment. How much do you have for let's just say 10 people in each room? So it's like 30 people. Like how much is that at the end of the month and at the end of the year? Like
With 30 people, at roughly $170 per day, that's about $5,100 a day. Over a 30-day month, that's about $153,000. If 5 staff each earn about $3,000 monthly, that's $15,000 in wages, plus maybe $2,000 for gas, leaving around $136,000 in monthly revenue. Multiply that by 12 for a yearly estimate, and you'd have roughly $1.6 million before other expenses.
okay, now $1.6 million minus like the utilities and possible property taxes of two buildings.
If we estimate utilities and property taxes at, say, $50,000 per year for 2 buildings, you'd subtract that from $1.6 million, leaving about $1.55 million. That's a rough ballpark before other operational costs.
So it's about $1 million a year.
Yes, after those basic expenses. Glad I could help. Feel free to ask if you need anything else.
So it's like a million and a half each year, right? That's the profit.
That's a rough estimate, but the real profit would depend on many more costs like insurance, supplies, maintenance, and any administrative fees. You'd need a full budget to know the true profit.
So but it's above $1 million.
It could be above $1 million, but without detailed expense data, it's not certain. Real-world costs often reduce that number.
Okay, is that a single million or is that like 2 million? Like that's so it's like getting straight up to $1 million, right?
Based on the rough math, you'd likely end up somewhere around $1 million, give or take, after major expenses. It's not likely to hit $2 million without more precise cost and revenue data.
So it's definitely not a billionaire. Like it's like it's not even like 2 million or like 10 million. It's like having $1 million at the end of the year rather than say like somebody who works a job to have like 50,000 a year. Like it's like $1 million, which is how much is that? That's like 500,000 times 2, right?
$1 million is about 20 times a $50,000 salary, since $50,000 times 20 equals $1 million. So yes, it's a big difference compared to a typical salary.
So that's like 500,000 times 2, right?
2 times 500,000 equals 1 million. So yes, that's another way to think of it.
So like with all possible expenses, it's at least 500,000, right?
It could be around that, but without detailed expenses, it's hard to say for sure.
Well, that's half of the full million that we calculated. So that's a safe ballpark for like how much like after expenses, right?
Yes, using about 500,000 as a ballpark after major expenses is a reasonable conservative estimate.
And then it's about 1,000 to 3,000 to travel, right?
Yes, travel costs could easily fall in that range, depending on fuel and mileage.
Well, this has been interesting.
Glad it helped. Take care.
Thanks, Perplexity. salty old safe. So the last time it was 250, but I'm just gonna do 240. Oh, look, a phone. Let's see. We'll watch. Phone. What am I want? It used to be 10,000. See, did I update this? Yes, I did. Looks like these are pretty empty. we're gonna do an inspection of the bathrooms at a surface like ours. We'll just be the inspector. Oh, gotta sign up. Get to pay. Oh, question one. Oh, okay. This is a little snapshot. On Halloween, these guys look kind of spooky. Pigeons. This is more than 10 people. Profit. What's this in here? Hey Christian, could you plan the next outing? Outing? Usually plan good outings. The last time it was the bowling alley. Okay. Oh my god. Here's what